evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Jessica Harrington. Tonight on the Now Bakersfield, several local athletes are being honored tonight at a Hall of Fame banquet. We have a live crew there and we'll give you an inside look at the event. And millions of people are under the spell of the Marie Kondo effect. See how people tidying up could mean a good deal for you. Plus, students at Bakersfield College got up close and personal with state-of-the-art technology, hoping to inspire people to look into possible careers with the armed forces. That's all ahead on the Now Bakersfield. Chris?
Let's get to our lineup here on the Now. In the shooting at a business in Aurora, Illinois, just the latest workplace shooting. Now more companies installing new systems to keep people safe. And more people reporting getting sick on planes because of the cabin air. Well, there are concerns that this is part of a larger problem, and our investigative team has the signs that you might be in a so-called fume event. And emojis, obviously a fun way to communicate with family and friends, but they're also starting to appear in more court cases, while you should be thinking twice about what you're sending and who you're sending to.
Good evening. Local sports legends are being honored tonight in downtown Bakersfield at the Bob Elias Sports Hall of Fame banquet. The Now's Vanessa Romo joins us from the Marriott Hotel in downtown Bakersfield with an inside look at the event and who's being honored. Vanessa?
That's right, Jess. I'm here at the Marriott Hotel in downtown Bakersfield, where 4 new names will be inducted to the Bob Elias Kern County Sports Hall of Fame. Now those names, those inductees are TAP graduate Dennis Watkins, Garces alum Josh Standerup, lifelong horseman Donald Valpredo, and Olympic gold medalist Jake Warner. And all 4 of those inductees are here tonight. They're sitting at their tables with their family and friends. Most of them haven't been here back in Bakersfield for years to come. This is the first time they have been back. For example, the former gold medalist says this is a huge honor for him, his first time back, especially because he's joining his great uncle in that Hall of Fame.
It's a great honor. I mean, there's a lot of great coaches, athletes, people that are related to sports that are inducted into this Hall of Fame, and I have a great uncle that's inducted into this Hall of Fame years ago, and just to be among these other people, it's a pretty awesome thing.
And this evening's festivities started at 5:30 with a social hour and dinner. They are actually having dinner right now. Great food. The inductees will then be honored and presented with a plaque for all of their accomplishments. And now these 4 inductees will join the ranks of 217 Hall of Famers already on that wall, totaling up to 221. For the Now in Bakersfield, Vanessa Romo, 23 ABC.
All right, Vanessa, thanks for that. The Army STEM bus was back at the Bakersfield campus today by popular demand, showing students the benefits of a career in science and technology in the Army. The trailer was parked on campus today, giving students a look at the kinds of technology being developed to help secure our freedoms. The STEM trailer is a multi-million-dollar demonstrator packed with robotic systems, night vision, and a simulation called SARA, which stands for Search and Rescue Autonomous Hardware. Today, students were able to use the technology in a simulation through a chemical plant, giving a hands-on approach to how the tech is used. Officials say it gives students a good idea of all the Army has to offer.
Because STEM is a big part of the workforce in general. That's where we're all headed, computers and technology. So if we can get awareness out that we need positions filled with in those STEM related areas, I think that's good for everybody.
Organizers say they hope the trailer inspires students to check out different careers the Army can provide in the fields of science and technology. How many items in your house spark joy? Thanks to a new show on Netflix, donations to local thrift stores have jumped by double digits. The Now's Amanda Mason shows us how people decluttering their homes could mean a great deal for you.
Hello, I'm Maria Kondo.
Since the release of the Netflix series Tidying Up with Marie Kondo in January, Jake Slayton, the COO of Goodwill Industries of South Central California, says there's been a 15% increase in donations across all stores in Kern County, contributing it to the Marie Kondo effect.
They're like, well, I've been watching that Marie Kondo show, and I actually cleared out my whole closet and brought it to you on Saturday. So we started seeing a lot of stories like that.
Marie Kondo uses her unique KonMari method that encourages people to tidy by category, not location, and only keep items that spark joy.
We have seen a really high bump up in quality of what we normally see, not just the amount, but the actual quality of what people are donating to us, and hopefully that can spark joy, if I can use that term, for somebody else.
What you may not know about Goodwill is they have their own boutique section where they have name brand clothes. This Ralph Lauren, usually priced online at $70, here at Goodwill is $7. This Charter Club shirt is priced online at $60, but here it's $8. And these Levi jeans are usually around $98 online, but here they're $10.
People are depicted getting their life in order and tidying things up, getting rid of the clutter. The more that people are interested in engaging in that activity.
The Salvation Army in Bakersfield on 19th Street is also seeing an increase in donations.
Clothing, linens, bric-a-brac, lots of bric-a-brac. Little tchotchkes that you have around the house.
The bric-a-bracs are like special moment figurines.
The heart-shaped glass thing that you didn't know what to do with, but you got it 2 years ago from your boyfriend, couldn't give it away.
So I like the spark joy concept because also if it doesn't spark joy for you, it might spark joy for somebody else, and I like kind of that whole message.
For the Now, Amanda Mason, 23 ABC.
The deadly shooting in Aurora, Illinois is just the latest workplace shooting. Now several companies are looking into ways to keep employees safe. Companies like Toyota, Rackspace, even Saks Fifth Avenue have installed gunshot detectors. Now, this is according to the Wall Street Journal. Sensors are installed in walls and ceilings, and they look a lot like fire safety equipment. These sensors, though, they use acoustic and infrared technology to see and hear the gunshots. And once the system detects one, employees are alerted by police, and those employees will receive notifications via text, calls, and desktop notifications. Now, these messages won't just tell employees what's happening, but also how to respond to an emergency. The system will also help police track down the shooter by detecting the gunshots and also through a camera system. Now, there's another company that's using facial recognition technology to keep employees safe. It's called TrueFace, actually using its technology to detect weapons. Right now, it can detect shotguns, rifles, pistols, knives, and swords, all through cameras. Now, once the camera detects a gun, it notifies law enforcement within 3 seconds. The goal there, to get police on scene as soon as possible. All right, let's start the Now News feed. Senator Bernie Sanders hoping people will feel the burn in 2020. He's announced today that he is running for president again. Sanders, 77 years old. USA Gymnastics hoping an NBA executive can save them. It's hired Lili Lung as its CEO. She was the NBA's VP for Global Partnerships. USA Gymnastics trying to pull itself away from the sex abuse scandal involving longtime trainer Larry Nassar. But one of the perks of going to the Oscars is that swag bag. Celebrities, they can bring home upwards to $100,000 in free stuff. But this year, pretty interesting because those swag bags will have chocolates infused with cannabis. Yeah, the Oscars air this Sunday. All right, let's get back to our lineup, and we have seen several instances this year of passengers and crew getting sick inside of planes. Now, there are concerns. This is a larger problem. Our investigative team has the signs that you might be in a so-called fume event. That story when the Now continues. at this video because it's being called a must-see winter phenomenon. Some people even saying it's just like a fairy tale come to life. The Now's Annie Taylor taking us through this mystical place.
Welcome to Dillon, Colorado. We are about to take you inside one of the most amazing places that I have ever been. And this is where families from all over the world come to make magical memories. Welcome to the Ice Castles.
I think people come to enjoy it because it is so beautiful and awe-inspiring.
You walk in and can't believe what you see. This is so cool. Surrounded by 40-foot frozen towers. Oh my gosh. It feels like you're in a Lord of the Rings winter wonderland. Take a look at the caverns. They're filled with icicles, glistening from the sun peeking through. Every turn you make, something more amazing. My favorite, the wishing well.
And it's super cool.
Annalise Nelson with the Ice Castle says the #1 question she's asked, how do you make this?
So we harvest the icicles on site. They're carefully plucked and placed on top of the towers upside down, and then the artificial rain at night helps it grow and increase until it becomes a thick wall of ice. And they create arches, and they create caverns and tunnels.
It's still hard to wrap your mind around the whole process, but it takes about a month to build on this acre lot.
I don't think I expected it to be quite this big. It's huge.
I really love seeing how excited people get.
All right, one of the main attractions, the 50-foot slide made out of ice.
And it's really fun, and it goes really fast.
If Abby Scott says it's cool, we just had to try.
And it did come out really cool. I hope that I get to come here again someday.
I have been inside the castles every day for the past 3 months, and I still haven't grown tired of it.
I told you this place is amazing, but the magic, it can't last forever. When this is all done at the end of the season, they actually take construction equipment and knock all of it down. For the Now, I'm Annie Taylor.
Virgin Galactic will attempt one of its highest and fastest flights ever tomorrow out of the Mojave Air and Spaceport here in Kern County. The rocket-powered plane called the VSS Unity will be piloted by 2 veteran test pilots. The launch could bring Virgin Galactic closer to its goal of a service where customers pay for private space travel. Virgin Galactic made history in December when VSS Unity climbed to more than 50 miles above Earth, the line that the U.S. government considers the edge of space. So cool. All right, we'll take a live look outside right now. Some light clouds in the area, but a crisp and cool day today, Allison.
Oh yeah, it was so nice across the county. It was like a winter wonderland in the mountains, but we are feeling cool temperatures as we head into the overnight hours. 47 degrees right now here in Bakersfield. Some areas holding on to the 50s like Oildale as well as in Shafter. But look at this, already down to the teens in Breckenridge and 27 degrees right now in Fraser Park. Good air quality today, and that's going to be the case yet again tomorrow. We are still going to be in that good range with an AQI of 35, and just a friendly reminder that there are no restrictions, but burning is discouraged. Now we are tracking our next winter storm that is going to be pushing into the county for the afternoon on Wednesday, continuing overnight and throughout the morning on Thursday. Now this is going to be a cold system, not a lot of moisture associated with it, so we're only going to be seeing a few hundredths up to a tenth of an inch of rain here in the valley, but that rain going to be turning into snow up in Lake Isabella to Tehachapi as well as down in Fraser Park. We are going to be seeing temperatures in the mid-50s here in Bakersfield, in the 40s up in the Kern River Valley, and dipping into the upper 30s in Tehachapi for your Wednesday. But you can see that there is a winter weather advisory impacting the Kern County mountains that all begins tomorrow afternoon. That snow level dropping to 2,000 feet by Thursday. So the mountains could be seeing up to 4 inches of snow, but that does bring up some travel concerns, especially over the passes through the Grapevine as well as on Highway 58 through the Tehachapi Pass. They could be seeing some black ice in the early morning hours. So that's something that we're going to be tracking, but then clearing skies as we head into the weekend. Temperatures are going to be increasing to near seasonal by this time next week. We have a roller coaster of temperatures, winter storm, and then sunshine. Chris?
Let's start the Now news feed with another apology from another fashion company. This time Burberry. Sorry for a hoodie that featured a noose during London Fashion Week. A model posted on Instagram, quote, "Suicide isn't fashion." The company says it was supposed to go with kind of a marine theme they had going on, but they say they understand why people saw it as insensitive. Well, imagine calling customer service at a bank only for a robot to be there to answer. Citigroup CEO says tens of thousands of their U.S. call center workers could be replaced by AI. Says it would be in an effort to cut costs. Stonehenge, of course, one of the great wonders of the world. Now scientists say they have found the exact location where the stones came from. They've traced the stones to a quarry about 180 miles away from Stonehenge in the United Kingdom. Well, if you're on an airplane, you expect the air that you're breathing to be clean, but we have found a small but growing number of incidents where crew and passengers say the air has made them sick. Now's investigative reporter Jace Larson looking into the likely source.
It's my last uniform.
For Tammy Fitzgerald, slinging drinks at 35,000 feet,
it's an adventure. Every flight is different.
And meeting everyone under the sun while keeping you safe made her think she'd never want to retire from American Airlines.
I don't think there's a flight attendant out there that doesn't have a love affair with what they are doing.
She enjoyed what she was doing until
I said, it smells like fresh grated Parmesan cheese on here.
Something strange happened in 2010.
It smells like moldy socks or molded laundry to me.
Tammy says that strange smell made her sick.
My eyes were watering. I had a headache that was like on the front of my head, and it was just bass drum. And my nose started dripping.
And since then, Tammy says she's experienced several of what many in the airline industry call fume events.
It's like kind of sticking an exhaust pipe off your car into your cabin and not doing anything about it.
Former pilot Susan Michaelis has a PhD in safety science. Some of her research on fume events has been published by the World Health Organization.
And there's copious quantities of evidence supporting this is occurring. Then that is a flight safety and a major concern for everybody on board that aircraft.
Some experts say that fume events happen because part of the air that passengers breathe is pulled through the jet's engine. If it mixes with oils or chemicals and then goes into the cabin, they say it can make people sick. According to research done at Kansas State University, there are on average 5 fume events a day in the United States. Judith Anderson is with the Association of Flight Attendants and worries it's a larger problem.
Because airlines are not required to report what are called fume events when they happen on the ground, that estimate of 5 or so per day is an underestimate of what's actually happening.
Boeing disputes this, telling us cabin air is safe to breathe. And exposure to trace levels of organophosphate contamination is not harmful.
The initial symptoms that can be flu-like symptoms, stomach cramping, so you might think I'm coming down with something, it must be something I ate. Many people report symptoms consistent with exposure to carbon monoxide gas, so like headache, dizziness, fainting, disorientation, those sorts of symptoms.
American Airlines told us they train crews to report fume events. Southwest says they use the modern Boeing 737, which has systems to keep the cabin safe. JetBlue didn't have an answer to our questions, and several other airlines didn't respond at all. Tammy says she had to take a leave from her job because of the fume events and eventually retired. Medical records show she was suffering from inhalation irritation.
You don't know when you, in the early stages, you really don't put the dots together because that's exactly what you do think. You think, oh, I've got the flu, or, you know, somebody was sick on the airplane.
Now Tammy is still dealing with health issues, and she wants others to be aware. I'm Jace Larson, The Now.
All right, Jace, thank you. Let's get back to our lineup here. And look, emoji is a fun way to communicate for sure, but this is going to make you think twice about what you're sending and who you're sending it to, because emojis are starting to pop up more in court cases. We're going to get into that one when The Now continues.
Welcome back. They come in double dark chocolate, macadamia nut, red velvet, and more. And tomorrow you can get your hands on a free Pizookie at BJ's in honor of Pizookie Day. BJ's Brewhouse, located on Stockdale Highway in Southwest Bakersfield, will be honoring their sweet ice cream covered signature desserts tomorrow, giving them away for free with any $10 purchase. Now, it's good for both dine-in and takeout, but the offer is only good for one day, so be sure you don't miss out. I would recommend the Monkey Bread Pizookie. Still to come, we're taking one final look at when the next storm is expected here in Kern County and a look at how emojis are being used in court.
Well, if you're about to sell your home, your best bet is to list it in early May. This is according to experts at Zillow. Nationwide, homes listed in the first weeks of May typically sell for a $1,600 premium. Homes listed on Saturday, they usually get more page views online during the first week, and homes listed on Tuesday, good to know, usually get the fewest page views. Well, chances are you use emojis when you talk to friends, you talk to family, but it's also apparently more than just a fun way to talk, because we're seeing emojis show up in court cases. Yeah, serious stuff. And then now's Amy Taylor's here with that.
Most of the emojis we send, they're harmless. Maybe it's a heart eyes here or a thumbs up there. But when it comes to more serious matters, emojis and emoticons could help or even hurt a court case. There's a Santa Clara law professor who studies this. He wrote, emojis are showing up in nearly every type of legal case. The most common are sex crime cases and employment discrimination cases. To give you an idea of the growth of all the emoji cases he's found since 2004, more than 30% happened last year alone. On the workplace front, a North Carolina law group wrote about emojis, saying that they've been used as evidence of hostile work environment. And you might think you're making a joke when you send a heart or a sly wink. Well, the recipient might find it overly intimate and offensive. And that's the main concern, how emojis can be interpreted differently. And in a recent study, 25% of people said that they didn't know the emoji they post on Twitter could look different on various platforms. And most of them said after they saw how it looked to other people, they probably wouldn't have sent it. So you might want to think just another second before you send that emoji.
Hi, Danny. Thank you. And from text to court to the back of vehicles. Yeah, starting next month, drivers in Queensland, Australia can add one of 5 different emoji faces to their license plate. Still have to have the numbers and the letters too, but the plates do end with a either sunglasses face or winky face, among others, not some of the more negative ones, you know. All right, so many people, they do deal with loneliness, and it's especially something that can be tough for older adults who are living in nursing home type facilities, but an unlikely partnership is changing that. Tomorrow on the Now, we're going to take you inside a preschool, inside a nursing home.
Well, coming up tonight on 23 ABC News at 11, 2 sports legends are in Kern County tonight looking to raise more than $200,000 for the local Boys and Girls Club. We'll take you inside an evening with Sugar Ray Leonard and Greg Gumbel tonight on 23 ABC News at 11. In the meantime, though, clear skies for the most part right now, little thin clouds, but there's another storm on the way.
Winter weather, it just can't stay out of Kern County. So as we head into the overnight hours, we're going to be seeing those near freezing temperatures for us here in Bakersfield, a low of 35 degrees. But then this system going to be pushing into the county in the afternoon hours on Wednesday, continuing throughout the morning on Thursday. So not only light rain here in the valley, but we are going to be seeing mountain snow down to 2,000 feet. So make sure that you stay safe on the roads, especially when you're driving to work on Thursday.
Yep, good to know. That's going to do it for us at 7. We'll see you tonight at 11.